For those of you who are not new to the Avengers storyline, the Avengers storyline was actually supposed to end with Avengers Infinity War, in what the Russo brothers had told us, but then it ended with the world's biggest cliffhanger, so we can't really trust what they said to us. But yeah, the Avengers story was actually supposed to end with Avengers Infinity War.
Ready for transfer? Ready.
But what exactly might happen? The future is something that I'm recently concerned about, and so I'm concerned about what might happen to the original Avengers. But like for all shows, eventually all good things must come to an end. Unfortunately, the Avengers' story will have to end at Avengers Endgame. So I'm very concerned of how it will end. But I'm just gonna give my opinions for what I like to see in the ending. So now I'll propose my ending to my dream ending to see. But feel free to leave your opinions in the comment section below. Okay, let's get into it. It's always good to start on a hopeful note. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Probably someone might have to die in the Avengers. And I'm not talking about Rocket Raccoon or Ant-Man or Captain Marvel. Well, especially not Captain Marvel. Heck, I'm not even talking about War Machine, since I heard that he's already dead in the comics, and he got killed by Thanos, no less. We'll probably see the death of a major character, and that character will probably be Captain America, seeing how Chris Evans' contract is done after Avengers 4.
So the more I hang with Rocco, the less allergic I'll be? According to the coloring book in my doctor's office?
So...
Come on, do something!
I also like to see the Avengers, kind of getting new jobs now. So the Avengers will eventually disassemble from being Avengers and probably retire from being Avengers. They won't retire being superheroes, just retire for being Avengers. Presumably, they'll probably retire after the death of Captain America. And they probably get new jobs. I'm gonna pause here for a second so I could see so that I could exit out of some things to see how what could happen for the Avengers. So I'm gonna pause here for a second and see what the Avengers' new jobs could be. Sorry it took so long, guys. So this is just my opinion of what might happen to the Avengers when they retire from being Avengers after the death of Captain America. Tony Stark and Doctor Strange could work together as the three Sorcerer Supreme members. Tony Stark will be a new member of the Sorcerer Supreme members. He'll be taught into defending all existence, protecting one of the Infinity Stones. Probably might be a.
Let's do it. Life and adventure.
Probably he might be able to be trained to become a skilled martial artist, and he'll be trained to use magic, since that's what Doctor Strange is. as we saw in Avengers: Age of Ultron, Black Widow and Natasha Romanoff and Bruce Banner were shown to have feelings for each other. So after Thanos is defeated, her and Bruce might actually get married. As for Hawkeye, Clint might not be Hawkeye anymore. He'll be known as the vigilante known as Ronin in the comics, and it's shown that he actually exists in the MCU. Turning out that Ronin is actually Hawkeye. So he'll probably just run around saving the world from destruction as Ronin anymore. He won't be Hawkeye. He won't be Hawkeye. Literally, he'll just give up being Hawkeye. He'll just become a new hero named Ronin. And last but not least is Thor. People have been having a lot of concerns about what Thor's destiny might be after Avengers 4. And one of the theories says that he'll actually join the Guardians of the Galaxy, since we saw him and the Guardians of the Galaxy with each other. Oh my god. Stop interrupting.
See, Sydney, this guy's a pro. Nothing's gonna shock him. Not after Wednesday.
After Mantis used her powers to wake Thor up, the on-screen scene with the Asgardian and the Guardians was fantastic. He mostly spent Avengers Infinity War with Rocket and Groot, both of whom seem to become friends. Of course, Thor will be able to join the Guardians of the Galaxy once Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis are back. Once Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis and Groot are back from Dustland, and maybe Gamora might be resurrected, as we saw Thanos sacrifice her for the Soul Stone. Wouldn't it be really cool to see Tony Stark in the MCU in a Sorcerer Supreme suit? Wouldn't it be touching to see Natasha and Bruce getting married? Wouldn't it be cool to see Hawkeye? Wouldn't it be cool to see Clint running around with a new suit, a hood, and a sword? And it would also be cool to see Thor, the Asgardian, join up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. The rivalry between Thor and Star-Lord was literally fantastic. So I like to see Thor join the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's kind of the only option. That's kind of the only destiny that I want for Thor, for him to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the friendship between Rocket, Groot, and Thor. Well, the friendship between Thor, Rocket, Groot, and Rocket the Rabbit, as Thor calls him, was really good to see. Of course, I think Thor knows that Rocket is a raccoon. He just doesn't want to call him that because he probably knows that that's kind of offensive. And probably Rocket would, and if Thor tells Rocket about this, he'll probably tell Thor that he's not wrong, considering that being called a rabbit is much less offensive than being called a raccoon, in my opinion. And I probably think Rocket would agree. And maybe Star-Lord might agree too, since he's always calling Rocket a stupid raccoon or a trash panda, as we saw him call that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So anyway, that's what I'll like to see. That's what I'll like to see in Avengers. How the Avengers story will end. Steve Rogers will die. Tony will stop being Iron Man, passing the mantle down to probably Pepper Potts, or maybe Peter Parker would do the job. And of course, Peter Parker will have to become the new Iron Man once Peter's back from Dustland.
I'm
Thor.
so sorry. And don't blame me for being angry.
Hawkeye.
I couldn't have a dog and I went behind your back.
Sydney.
But I only did it because you were being totally unreasonable. Not that that's an excuse.
Sydney.
I just wanted to prove to you that having a dog in the house wouldn't change anything.
Sydney.
What?
I understand.
You do?
Hawkeye would become Ronin. Thor would join the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe Nebula might also be a new member. Hulk and Natasha would get married. That's a,
Who's the coolest girl in the world?
So what do you think? How do you think the Avengers story should end? Should Hawkeye continue being Hawkeye, and
he ran away.
and should Captain America not die but instead retire, go back in time? And who do you think will be the new Captain America?
Having a dog, I don't want you to feel that sense of loss.
And do you think Nebula and Thor will become new members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, or do you think that everyone's just gonna die, just like in the comics? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.